Hello everybody and welcome to the WebQuest workshop. My name is John Ward and in this video I'm going to be giving you an overview of how D2L will work and the sequence of the workshop and kind of the main idea. Right? Let's start by looking at the main page of D2L, and the key thing to know about navigating in the structure of this workshop is everything you need is on this main page. Of course there are these navigation uh, menus built into D2L, and you could use some, but you probably find it a lot easier just to use the links that I put on the main page. You don't need to go up here or anything, just follow the modules that I've got created in D2L. Alright, so the basic structure is I've got 6 modules here, and we're going to do them in order. I've got a timeline over here about where we're supposed to be. So module 1 we're doing Monday and Tuesday, module 2 Tuesday and Wednesday. The one module that is the most important that everybody's on the same timeline is module 3, WebQuest of WebQuest, because that module requires it's a group interaction module, and it requires groups to come to consensus and then take another step. So the sequence is important. Everybody needs to be online at the same time for that module. I have module 3 set for Thursday and Friday, but really if we can do it on Thursday, that'll probably work out best. All right. In the top module, or the top section of D2L, I'm going to have daily announcements, sometimes maybe a video update like this one. And you also notice a couple other things up here right now. I've got a link to a technology help area here. I have the same link down here. And what that is anytime you have a technology problem, I want to be able to help you really fast with that. I don't want you getting frustrated with technology problems. And so I subscribe to that discussion board, and if you post there, I'm going to see it really fast because I'll get an email about it and I'll go check it and I'll try to help you quickly. Also, if anybody else wants to subscribe to that, and if you're a technology guru and you want to help each other out, that would be great. I think that's awesome when that happens. Right, I also have another link here, how things work, and it kind of says pretty much the same thing that's on this video. So if you want to read the gist of what I'm saying on the video, if that helps you more, you can look at that document. All right, let me explain the basic sequence and the logic of the workshop. Module 1, getting started, you're going to introduce yourself, and I've got a few short videos and links to documents that explain the basic concept of a WebQuest. I'm going to ask you to post something that you didn't know before about WebQuest, or something maybe that surprised you that's a little different than you thought. I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, and also in that module ask you to get a Gmail address. Now the reason for the Gmail address is the website tool that I'm going to be supporting in this workshop is Google Sites. It's a free tool, it works well. It's somewhat limited, and some people might not want to use it because of its limitations, or they might not want to use it because maybe they have a district-supported tool. That's fine if you want to use something else. And if you do want to use something else, you actually don't need to get a Gmail address. Just respond in that area where I ask you to get a Gmail address with what tool you are going to be using instead of Gmail. Instead of Google Sites, I should say. The reason to use Google Sites would be that I can support it. I can help you through any technology glitches, or tell you, there are some things you might want to do with Google Sites that just aren't possible, and I can let you know, that just doesn't, Google Sites just doesn't have that functionality, and so that's something not to spend your time on. All right, Module 2, create a personal web page. So with this module, we're not doing anything pedagogical, just having you create a personal web page or a professional web page, maybe for your class. And there are a couple technical requirements like making links, use of images, etc. The reason I have this module is I find that the WebQuest part of the workshop goes a lot smoother if I can get over any technical hurdles, and if you can get confident with the tool up front. When you're trying to create your WebQuest, I don't want you thinking about, well, how do I do this, and I'm getting frustrated with this particular feature of Google Sites. I want you to be confident with Google Sites or whatever tool you're using, and then we can progress with the rest of the workshop. Module 3 is kind of key to this workshop. It's an activity that takes you a little more in depth with understanding some of the features of what should be in a WebQuest. We do this activity in groups, and each person in the group gets a different role, and the different roles represent some of the underlying values that are supposed to be part of the WebQuest concept. Right, Module 4, called Brave New World, and I don't know if that title really is the best description. What it's supposed to indicate is the idea of remaining current with the WebQuest concept. The WebQuest concept was developed in 1995, just when the internet was getting started. And my take on WebQuest is basically that it's good project-based learning with an instructional design approach applied to the internet. That was Bernie Dodge's big idea. Take project-based learning to the internet. And if you were to go back to 1995, 1998, when WebQuests were becoming popular, back then what teachers were doing with the web was having students do safaris, or scavenger hunts on the web. And Bernie Dodge wanted to make it much more structured, much more project-based. And that concept is still good. I mean, that concept was good 30 years ago, it's good 10 years ago, it's good today. But I think that we have more tools available to us on the internet now than what was the case when Bernie Dodge developed the WebQuest concept. So Module 4 is designed to get you thinking about what are some of those other possibilities of using Web 2.0 tools and some of the current features that are available on the internet that weren't part of the original WebQuest concept. All right, all that's in week 1. So week 1 sets you up for week 2, where in modules 5 and 6, you're basically going to create your WebQuest. Now the key thing to modules 5 and 6 is that I've got some structured ways of giving feedback to each other. And so it's going to be real important for the quality of the WebQuest that you're going to create and for how it will work with your students, that you give that good feedback to each other and that you use that feedback to revise your WebQuest. All right, looking forward to seeing everybody online.